Computer, bring up a tweet by Mersh at Gooning on Rumble is the username. Something recent and fairly pathetic. Oh, perfect. Here we go. Here's at Gooning on Rumble. Mersh, he's replying to at I Fight for Kids, the predator poacher guy, Alex Rosen. He says, I didn't realize you were doing so many Florida catches. You should have hit me up. Yeah, he should have hit you up, Mersh, because you're one of them.
I have all of the markers for anything you could think of. Being a serial killer, child molester. I'm very grateful.
Okay. Strange. Odd choice to say. Whatever. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. This is PodAwful. Happy to be here, of course. We're live over at PodAwful.tv, as we always are. We've also got the live chat room going on right now over on YouTube. We will be switching over to the Pizza Fund in just a bit. Mersh. Whoa. Yikes. First of all, I apologize for being late. I apologize for all of the problems going on with the stream, and I'm sure there's going to be more of them. Unfortunately, my goo is not flowing too well. As you can see, my goo is flowing just fine. The past few days, I got extremely sick right after. By the way, there's a chat room. I'm going to check with that chat room in just a second. We'll see what you guys are saying in there. I got extremely sick immediately following the Josh Moon episode last week. I mean, literally right after that, I was sick as a dog. And I just didn't feel good. So I didn't want to do a show while I wasn't feeling it. I know I promised you a Mersh Pizza Fund episode. Here it is. So welcome, everybody.
PodAwful one. PodAwful one.
I'm a little stuffy too, so I can't tell if the audio is just too quiet or if that's inside my head or what's going on. Everybody's saying, nice, great show, Jesse, keep it up. Wow. I haven't even gotten started. It's already a great show, they say in the chat room. Thank you so much. That is really, really spectacular of you. I saw somebody said, remember the PodAwful Crust Fund. I like that a lot. We might change the Pizza Fund to the Crust Fund, by the way. I like that a lot. That's actually really cool. So we might get into, I should buy the domain name while I still can. The Crust Fund, crust.fund. You can join us over at crust.fund or podawful.pizza. Goo status, tepid. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My goo is I don't know, it's warm, but it's not flowing. The goo is not flowing. We run on goo. Hi, new people. Did you know this is a show that runs on goo? Where does the goo come from? It comes from milking goons. That's what comes out of a goon when you milk them. And I'm, of course, forced to do this by my perps who gangstalk me and shadow my every move, and I'm forced to run this show against my will. I don't want to do PodAwful. They make me do it. PodAwful made me do it. So, I'm a prisoner of this horrible thing called the internet. And you are now along for my hell ride. Welcome. You can't escape. Anyway, we should probably get into this Mersh thing because that's what my life is. Hi. So I should say this. The Pizza Fund, the Crust Fund, as we're now calling it, the Pizza Fund is, it's back, baby. The earth is flat, not round, of course. The Pizza Fund is back, and we are going to get it running back on all cylinders here very soon. The old episodes are being re-uploaded as we speak. Everything's working. This episode will be live over on the Pizza Fund. Everything's going to be good. And we're back, baby. If you jumped out of the Pizza Fund before and you want Pizza Fund content again, now's the time. Get back in there. We will be slow rolling it, uploading everything as fast as we can. Okay, sorry, I got to do a little housekeeping before we get things started here. Let's go to this right here. We should catch up with Mersh. It's been a while. I haven't covered Mersh in quite a bit, and in the time that it's been since I last covered him, Mersh became the queen of the dabbleverse. And he's also the belle of the ball. They love him. I mean, he's like their favorite guy right now. It's crazy. In fact, it's so insane that Patrick Melton now pays Mersh. Okay, he gives Mersh money to read idiots from his chats. Now, for me, I do it for free. You guys, let's see. They're saying something in here right now. Will there be a cripple sleeping in the corner for this episode? Someone says. See, I don't know what that means. And because you didn't pay for it, I don't have to pretend to laugh at your shitty joke. That sucked. Boo. So Mersh now gets paid to read chats, so he has to sit and laugh. But the nice thing for Mersh is he doesn't have any content anyway. So it kind of works out for him. And now Patrick Melton, he does this super tips thing. Mersh is on it. Patrick Melton pays a guy called Doom to clip Mersh and upload good Mersh clips, even though 7 months ago, if a Mersh clip was being posted, it would be to make fun of him. Now Mersh is cool and funny because he says bad things about Aaron Imholt. So this is the way the dabbleverse works. Now, this was over a month ago now, the day Mersh got on Super Tips, PODAWFUL was there, and we were ready. And I sent in a super chat, and we're going to play that here right now. But I do have to note something here. I'm going to play this clip. This clip is from Doom, and it's a clip that I forced Doom to upload through what's called ridicule. Yeah. See, here's the thing. We haven't been covering Mersh. We haven't really been paying attention to Mersh. We don't watch Nightwave, but this was a big night. Mersh was getting his super tips for the first time. So we were all in Discord watching Nightwave, and Doom showed up. The Clipper Doom, who's, by the way, a big fan of PODAWFUL, doesn't clip PODAWFUL, but somehow. Anyway, he's in our Discord. He's hanging out. He's making fun of Mersh with us. And it felt like, you know, when the weird kid comes over to the lunch table and you and your friends are also the weird kids, but you're sitting there and you're going, hey, what are you doing? And you sort of brush him aside. He can't be in on your secret little meeting. Doom was sitting there and we're all going, wait a second. Doom, you clip Mersh. You like Mersh. You don't get to be here for this. You don't get to have fun while we're sending him his first super tips. And so what happened was Mersh is sitting there reading these horrible super tips we're sending in, making him feel bad on the first night he's made money in a year. And I said to Doom, hey, man, you better clip this. You better clip this. And I actually told him exactly what to clip. I gave him the perfect things to clip out of context from old streams as well. And he put it all together. And this is the clip. Let's take a look. It's very exciting.
Welcome to Super Tip, Mersh. Just wish you hadn't been calling me a pedophile up until last month. Weird you would work with a pedo.
That is weird. It's weird. Don't you think? Kind of weird.
I'm a lolcow.
Sort of weird in several ways that you would do that. Now, that's me sending that super chat, of course, because I want to know, what is your explanation for why you're suddenly cool with Melton and cool with working on his platform? Let's take a listen.
I never said that Patrick Melton was a pedophile.
Cheers.
Get the clip.
Oh, okay.
Get the clip. Go ahead.
Okay.
I never said Patrick Melton was a pedo. If anything, I was one of the only people when everybody jumped on that pedo train. I was one of the few people that was like, I don't think he's legitimately a pedo.
Really? I remember it differently. Number one, I was one of those people. So I think I would remember if you were one of those people, if we were sharing ideas. And
Jesse made a good point tonight. And I hate to say, it pains me to admit it. But when you're right, you're right. Like, I dare you to sue me, Melton. I think you are a danger to children, Patrick Melton. I think that you are capable. I think that, honestly, given what we have screenshots of, I might even be willing to say you have already harmed minors.
Oh, yikes. That sounds bad. I know what I would do if I found out there was odd screenshots coming from a guy, stuff he was getting up to in his proclivities on the internet. I know that I would have a negative me personally, I would have a negative reaction to that. So negative, in fact, that I would never, ever be willing to work with that person ever again. Me. You're a different guy, but let's find out.
Patrick Melton is one of the single biggest dangers.
Okay, you could just stop right there.
Patrick Melton is one of the single biggest dangers to underage children right now on the internet.
And that's like FBI's most dangerous to children right now on the internet wanted list of 2025. That's an official sort of, they track that, so.
And he needs to be stopped. Clip it.
Okay. Find the clip, clip it. Find the clip, clip it. Thanks, Doom.
Clip it. Sue me, Patrick.
Ooh.
And I will countersue you because from what I've heard, apparently I'm one of the AI voices on your paywalled Streamlabs thing, which, by the way, that...
Oh, the thing you're using now? Oh, it's cool now. Now that you can send Mersh his own voice, it's cool. You'll find out how cool after I send him his own voice.
That's going to set a new legal precedent.
First the criminal, then the civil.
Now, somebody mentioned that my name is in your database and that it's rarely used because nobody knows me in the dabbleverse, but that...
Man, how things have changed. This was what... So this is from 2024. Oh, my God. It's almost exactly a year ago.
The Mersh voice is part of your supertips.gg platform. You're paid, so you're monetizing my voice.
You're not allowed to do that.
Hey, oh, Mersh effect, capo, come to me and kiss the ring.
See you in the pizza fund.
So I've already thought about perhaps discussing that with a lawyer. So if you want to sue me over saying that Patrick Melton is a clear and present danger to children currently, both on the internet and in his immediate area, please sue me. I want to countersue you.
Okay. Now, that's an interesting thing he says right there, and we'll come back to this video in just a bit. Because the thing is, he doesn't... This is like a common phrase, it turns out, that Mersh uses. He actually said a very similar thing about Aaron Imholt as well. Here you go. It's actually called Aaron Imholt, A Danger to Women. This is one of Mersh's hit videos on his restored Nightwave channel. This is another amazing thing. We didn't cover, I said, we're not going to cover Mersh, and that way it'll build him back up. He'll come back more powerful than ever, and then we'll get to take him down even harder than ever. Spoilers. So, in the time that we have not been covering Mersh, and everybody else has been scrambling for Mersh-related content as a result, here's what's happened with Mersh. He became the darling of the dabbleverse, okay? He gets on super tips. He's now making more money. He gets his YouTube channel back, which is pretty impressive. Or he started another one, which is a thing he could have done the entire time just on his own anyway. Either way, it's fun. It's fun. Everything's coming up Mersh House. Here it is. Aaron Imholt, A Danger to Women. This has probably, I'm going to say, in the upper 700s of views. Let me see. Oh, 534. Okay, listen, I thought Mersh was a bigger guy.
Like a mushroom. Hobo says he might be Section 8, but he's not a part-time dad. Right, he's not an anytime dad. He's not raising any children. There's really no purpose to him being around. At least I'm molding and shaping young lives. I don't think that one worked out the way you thought it would. Mersh, from a biological perspective, is utterly useless and unnecessary.
So ironically, this is a video about Mersh not having children, in a way. And it even says at Gooning on Rumble in the corner there.
Your boy didn't do too bad, did he?
So here's all of Aaron's greatest hits, including his wife. Ooh, yoinks. Key ripes, man. Ooh, okay. Now, that all seems very scary and impressive, right? Until you remember that Mersh has no ability to edit whatsoever. Somebody made this for him. Just gave it to him, then he uploaded it with his name on top of it. Gave no credit. He did not make this. I need this understood.
I'm going to cope and seethe.
No. Doesn't matter anyway. Got no views. So, Patrick Melton, a clear and present danger to children. Aaron Imholt, a danger to women. I've watched Mersh go on rant after rant about his hero, the man he's copying, by the way, Anthony Cumia. Opie and Apethony is Revenge of the Sis. Copy and Anthony is Revenge of the Sis. Mersh is the Anthony of that show. When I met up with Mersh in real life in New York City, first thing he says to me is, I want to go to that compound. I need to see Anthony's compound. I said, Mersh, I know he's your hero. I can make it happen. And I did. And I took him to Anthony's compound, and he walked around and he touched stuff, and he was a thief. He stole from there too. He was stealing things. They had a little jar of candies. He took every single one of them, ate them right there. He had his little selfie stick, and he was using it to poke and prod around. He was, I saw him, and this isn't a joke, he went up to Anthony's seat, the compound Anthony Cumia show seat, and he took a big whiff of the seat. He got a hit of the bouquet of Cumia's culo. And I have watched this man go on rant after rant about Anthony Cumia being a clear and present danger to women and children. His first big hit online was them pretending to cover and uncover the Dan Schneider stuff from Nickelodeon, even though everybody had known about that for years at that point. This is this man's calling card. I've watched him go on predator catches with Alex Rosen. That's why it feels a little odd to say, and this is true, that I can say this with a clear heart. I can say this with an absolute, I know I'm right. I know this is true. Okay? There is no taking this back. Sue me. Mersh is a clear and present danger to teenage girls.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
Yeah, Xenu Cruz in chat says ROTC discovered 4chan. Exactly. Okay, now you might be a little confused by what I'm saying here, but you shouldn't be. In fact, what I'm saying here is something that has been under our noses this entire time. Allow me to be clear. Allow me to be frank. Mr. Gooning on Rumble has been gooning on Tumblr. Now, Mersh, this entire time, has had a Tumblr, okay? A Tumblr blog. You may remember Tumblr as being, well, you know what? I'll let Mersh say it in his own words, as a matter of fact here. This is how Mersh believes the internet should be used.
It's a place for people to play video games, trade child porn. And if you're not doing one of those two things, you're a loser. Okay?
Okay. So you may remember Tumblr as being the place that Mr. Medicare went for content. Ooh, I got to read something to these idiots if I want to sell a hat. Awful.tech. So I better go read what the latest otherkin is saying about their furry fantasies. You know, things like this. No audio. Okay, I just didn't see that before. Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody said I had a DM. No audio. That was happening earlier in the show. I think we're good now, right? We're good? So, anyway, Mersh has had a Tumblr this entire time. It's not even hidden. It is, without a doubt, as clear as possible, Mersh's Tumblr. And I'm going to go through, detail by detail, every little juicy aspect of this and prove that not only is this Mersh's Tumblr, but he's been using it for nefarious purposes. Now, if you were to go to it right now, it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, let me see if there's anything I can even show. Oh my God, I got to be honest, I don't want to look at it at all. Ooh, boy, I cannot show you that. See, this is a very tough episode to even do. But I got to give you a little something, okay? I got to give you a little something here. So this is mersh.tumblr.com. You can go and check it out for yourself. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not paywalling this episode or gatekeeping it. All of this info after the show will be put out publicly for everybody. Unfortunately, YouTube has a certain terms of service. And what I'm going to be covering in this episode not only goes against their terms of service, it goes against my terms of service. It goes against life's terms of service. See, there's an entire type of guy you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. It just ain't restricted mode friendly. And while neither is any other episode of my show, unfortunately, it means we're going to have to cover this one in the Pizza Fund. There's no other way to do it. But to give you just an idea of what I'm talking about here, here is Mersh's Tumblr. And I know what you're thinking. How do you know it's Mersh's? We have the proof. We'll get into it. This is fine, I suppose. This looks like an emo young lady here. As far as I can tell, she's of age, but who knows? Doesn't matter. She's not naked. She's not even in a sexual pose or anything. The next one here is fairly... Now, she's in underwear, but because of YouTube, I'm not going to show too much more of this. This is Gooner material, okay? We thought this was bad enough when it was just that we can see the type of stuff that Mersh cross-eyed jacks off to. I specify cross-eyed jacks off because I just want you to imagine his little T-Rex hands pulling his triangular pud as he attempts to focus in looking at it, and his eyes meet in the middle and then cross paths and journey to their own final destinations beyond and far away from one another. Like ships in the night, Mersh's sight goes. So, pretty typical Gooner kind of stuff. But this is also from a long time ago, 14 years ago. You know, PODAWFUL is only a little bit older than that. 14 years ago. You're thinking, well, Mersh could be a different guy now. Well, number one, no. Number two, 14 years ago, if this Tumblr was a person, it wouldn't be old enough for Mersh to jack off to now. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, Mersh was younger then, so if he is looking at younger women, it's not that... No. You have to understand something. Mersh is old. So Tumblr didn't even exist until Mersh was 37. Listen, I can't do the math, but I know he was old enough to know better. So if we were to scroll up on this a little bit, okay, now this is an interesting one. Then you get, hey, this post may contain adult content, so we've hidden it from public view. Now, that doesn't sound so bad, but you may recall years ago, Tumblr banned all pornography on its platform. And the reason they did that is because the CSAM on there had gotten so bad that they couldn't take care of it. There was no world where they could have removed it. So what they did instead is they just made all of the porn illegal. Their terms of service changed overnight. Tumblr used to be a place you could go either to feel included as a trans person or to jack off to a woman getting the life choked out of her and spit in her mouth, which really go hand in hand. I think Mersh was probably looking at both, if I had to guess, but he was also looking at, and this is the most important part, here's one he reblogged. He was also looking at a blog called Teen Bad Girls. This isn't even the worst one. This is the one I can show you on YouTube. But again, and I can't stress this enough, if I had the option, this episode would be free for everyone to see. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty without getting, done in by the cops on this one. I have to be so careful with this episode. I'm about to be in a Andy Worski style landmine situation. The type where I know that Kino Casino ain't ever going to touch this topic because I'm betting Andy's learned his lesson. I have a post in Discord. Somebody was kind enough to throw all this together. They did all the detective work on this. There's this post in Discord. They didn't post any of the images, of course. But unfortunately, while digging up dirt on Mersh, this person saw some stuff. We're obviously not going to look at that stuff, but we are going to look at the mind behind the blog. The Gooning on Tumblr. PODAWFUL.pizza, that's where you can go to get banned content, primo content, and this full episode delivered 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. PODAWFUL.pizza. We'll see you over there in just a second. Again, PODAWFUL.pizza. In fact, let me set that up right now while I'm still live with you guys. PODAWFUL.com, PODAWFUL.tv, and there we go. Let's get this going right now and send out a notification to everybody. And we should be going live in the Pizza Fund in just a second here, okay? Yes, I think. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I wish I could give all this to you. We'll put the everything out there that we can. r/Mersh, my Twitter. Somebody I'm sure will post this stuff to Kiwi Farms. It's all tumbleweeds when it comes to Mersh, because Mersh, while being the darling of the dabbleverse, has been holding a terrible, terrible secret. He's not just gooning on Tumblr. He's a pedophile. Come get him, boys. PODAWFUL.pizza. See you there in just a bit. Bye.
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show
This content right here
on the Pod Awful TV network.
is Pizza Fund owned.
PodAwful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PodAwful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.
Is this a cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's a cult. I mean, it's the cult of cult.
Okay, I think we finally got rid of those disgusting losers watching over on YouTube and Kick. There we go. Yeah, that should be good there. So